Okay, hopefully I don't have to do the no annotation. I think all of you guys are pretty seasoned. Hi, Sherry. I just saw you join. Wonderful. Hi, Gwen. Oh, so exciting to see all of you guys. Happy New Year. You guys mean the world to us. I know I speak for Doug on that. Dougie, you can unmute because you probably want to just amen everything I'm saying all the time.
Amen.
We love these guys. And we're always excited to see you. And Doug was saying how we had like a little after session or a lunch session in between the Pajama Regional. And I just said, I just really love this business. You know, I wake up every day just loving it. I love to work the business. I love because it's not really work. It's talking to you guys, helping helping others. It's such a great place to be. And so did you want to add anything about that, Dougie?
Yeah, I mean, well, that was cool to hear her say that, just to see her gratitude, and yeah, we just reflected on it. We were just reflecting again at dinner. We were grabbing something to eat over at Whole Foods, and it is fun. It is so much fun, and it's challenging, and it's rewarding. It's great. So I kind of miss having the Zooms and meetings because it is nice to see you guys.
Yeah, it's great to see you guys all in your element. And those of you who could turn your video on, please do. You know, great to see those of you who have your videos on. It's always good. It energizes us. I'm going to start with the nuts and bolts and the things that I want to share with you. And then we have a bunch of leaders that are going to share also tonight. So let me just make sure I have my agenda because I have been known to do people wrong by missing them. Okay, I've got it out. Your video is acting up. Okay, Gwen, that's all right. All right, so let me share my screen really quick. But first of all, I just want to say this is the place to be. I am super pumped. And I mean, after 18 years, you would think I would not be super pumped. But what's great about this business is you're building something of your own, you know, and as we're going, we're growing, and you've heard that. And it's just amazing. And what I think I want to get across to you tonight for me is that there's always like a new energy that you can grab hold of with this business. And whatever you do today is what's going to create your future. You know, Doug and I are not here able to be home and have a flexible schedule with the kids and a different lifestyle because of today. It's because of the past. What, you know, just consistent effort every single day. It all adds up. It's the compound effect. It's the residual income. It's the exponential growth. It's all those things that our business allows. And so, you know, don't get discouraged if you're not where you want to be now, because you're still building. You know, every day builds on the other, and then it's exponential, and it grows more and more. And I think a lot of our leaders have seen that. But if you haven't seen that yet, just, you know, stay in touch with us. Let us encourage you, things like that, so that you can see that too. You know, it's really phenomenal. Okay, so I'm going to go to Happy New Year. All right. So we are excited about 2018. You're going to hear a lot about Pajama Regional takeaways. That was phenomenal. If I don't leave like a message a day or a post a day about that, please remind me, because there are so many good things from that Pajama Regional. It was phenomenal. One of the things is over to the right, where they encouraged us, and they did like a session where you stop and then you write things down. And so this is someone's, it's not mine, where they said, you know, write down who you are, because part of us becoming someone in this business that we want to be is knowing who we are and knowing who we want to be. So some of it might be futuristic of who you want to be, but other parts is just describing yourself. And I love that. That was really neat. And so they had us do things like that that were really cool. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that I did just as a result of being plugged into the Pajama Regional. Also the 90-day plan, which you'll hear about, they encouraged us to write a chicken list. Like those people who you think have got it together, there's no way they would ever join you in the business, those people, so that you have them. And they actually said compliment them. Like they didn't say like go after them. They just said compliment them about what it is that you like about them. So I wrote out my chicken list. Then there was a Pajama Regional speaker who said, you know what, we need to follow up 10 times after meeting somebody. And I know that we just did a couple trade show or vendor booths, and you know, it's like, okay, you send the text, hey, here's the information, and then you kind of hope that they're going to call, you know, with an order. That doesn't happen. And the girl walked us through the 10-day follow-up, and that was phenomenal, the way she described it. And it's so true. We have to realize the fortune is in the follow-up. People are busy, people will forget about us, and it's really not a problem unless they say, go away, we never want to talk to you again. You know, because really you bring it back to that first conversation you had with them. Activities, you know, I'm putting activities on the books, but I'm also thinking, okay, is this an activity that's going to serve me? Is this an activity that I like? You know, is it one-on-one activities that I want to do? What is it that I'm going to have most fun at myself that I'll be able to say, come on along? You know, so think about the activities that you like to do, whether it's a wine and wellness, whether it's meeting somebody at Starbucks, whether it's a Zoom where you share information about Juice Plus. Think about the types of activities you like, and those are the ones that you want to do often. And then for personal growth, oh, I didn't bring it. There's a bunch of John Maxwell books at Barnes and Noble right now that I don't know what the name of it is now. Shoot. And you can write in them. Like every day you read something and then you write in it. And we're working on one on leadership, but there's one on priorities. There's different ones, and I'll have to get back to you unless Doug wants to run and get that one, or I can when somebody else is speaking. But anyway, personal growth is so important. Amy Getz, who's like the queen of personal growth, says if you're not doing personal growth, you shouldn't even leave the house to share Juice Plus. Now, I wouldn't go that extreme, but it at least ups the bar for you to realize, okay, at least a little bit of personal growth every day. And one of those books where you can write in it, hold yourself accountable for day 1, day 2, day 3. Those are really good personal growth books because you know you're doing it. You know, the other thing that we do is we get on podcasts, we watch webinars, we try to apply the things, we teach from our notes. That helps us. You know, whenever you're teaching from your notes, and I love the way, I think Luke Wren mentioned, here comes Doug. You got the book?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know where it was because she uses
well, this one is Jumpstart Your Leadership. I don't know if you could see that. Oh, I'm holding it to the wrong thing. By John Maxwell. But there's a bunch of Jumpstart books. And it's really cool because on the inside, it has like a lined paper that you can take each day, and it's 90 days. So it's really nice. Okay, and so some other things that I'm doing is just, I know we kind of go in and out of these organizational workbooks, and these are detailed on missiondrivenmodel.info, but it really is a place. Oh, now mine's all falling apart. I think I dragged it in here really.
Hey, unshare your screen.
Oh, unshare my screen. I'm sorry. Okay, you're so smart. Okay, all right, so this, from way back, you really just need 4 tabs. One is plan, one is prospects, and then one is customer, and one is team. And so, you know, basically when I meet a prospect, I can keep their information in the pocket, you know, and then any papers. Okay, everything's falling out, but you get the idea. So you have a place that if you just grab this and need to go make some calls, which I used to do with toddlers all the time. And so that was another thing. And so that's another thing that you can work on. Okay, I'm kind of throwing a lot of things out at you. And another thing that I did was the 30 reasons. Yeah, so that was another challenge in that 90-day game plan Facebook group, to write out your 30 reasons why you love this business. And I can't say enough about how you might want to be in that 90-day Facebook group, and I'm sure it'll be mentioned again by someone else. They give you a challenge every single day. So it really keeps you just sharpening yourself. And so I did that also. So basically you're doing your homework, you're working on yourself. And from this, 30 reasons why you love this work, it's called, is what Jeff Olson called it, is also why I love this business. Then from that, you're going to really have a handle on why you want to share it with other people. And you're going to include some of these sentences as you're talking to people. So if you start reviewing your 30 reasons, then that's an awesome thing. And so another thing I was excited about was when Luke Wren shared these numbers. And this makes you want to go out and get some numbers going every day, because if you don't, your numbers are going to be a lot less by the end of the year. Okay, so he said if you share with one person a day and you do that 360 times a year, then, using the average of, say, you get 3 out of 10. I don't know what your average is, and I probably don't know what my average is either. But he said, say you get 3 people out of 10, then you might get 90 customers for the year. Okay, out of that, he said, what if you get 3 out of 10 percentage and those become team members? That's 27. And then from that, what if you get 3 out of 10 and they become goal oriented? Because we have a lot of team members that are just happy to offset their costs, and that's fine, or to make $200 or hundreds of dollars a month. But if you use these numbers and think in terms of numbers, then by the end of the year, you might have 9 producers. So it's just, we definitely have to acknowledge this is a numbers game. Say you only shared with one person a day for 20 days this year. The numbers are not going to pan out, So it just kind of makes me want to hit the pavement more. I don't know about you guys. One of those things is just saying yes to vendor booth opportunities. I was at Racquetball today. This guy works at Coconut Creek, city of Coconut Creek, and they're talking about the butterfly run. I said, do you guys have vendor booth opportunities? And he said, yeah, here's a number to call for this event and this event. And I'm like, okay. So just keep thinking of that. A couple other things. I liked the idea of making my story where I'm more vulnerable. We're learning about that from Brene Brown, just really the good with the bad. And somebody else on the Pajama Regional mentioned that. And then Jonah Berger said, your story is the Trojan horse for information. So it's really important we work on our story and work on adding those feelings to it. And I'm not going to talk about these other things, okay? But I'm going to talk about these things. All right, 2 conference tickets to Phoenix. Doug and I want to give away to you guys. And that is just a contest, fun contest to have fun. And so down at the bottom, I want to start first. So if you do end up buying single serve packets of Complete, which I truly believe in buying those, and same with the soft chewable samples, because those make you hand out and start conversations, then you get tickets for the drawing. If you get any new orders this month, you'll get, and I can run that report, then you'll get a ticket in the drawing, 5 tickets for any new team members. So hopefully that will make you want to go out and share your story, 5 tickets for qualifying your business. So that's our contest for January. And I love this from Stacy Turner, and it came from somebody else at conference. But basically, you want to get 24 trio orders to qualify your business. Along the way, just 3 will get you that $100 bonus, 12 will get you to the $250 bonus and the 14% commission level, then 24 will get you qualified. And so some people on Facebook in some of the team groups are doing this. They are making their sticky notes of their customers. So this is just one example. This is somebody with that many trio orders on the blue. Their Complete or their Omega orders are on the yellow. And then their Orchard and Garden Blend orders were on the orange. So it's kind of fun, I think, for you to track and to see what kind of orders you have and what you might want to improve. And that's just another suggestion for your own personal growth. I'll let somebody else talk about that. And I just want to invite you to Wednesday at 12 noon. I'll be able to talk to anybody you bring on the line. This same line at 12, I'm just going to do my usual one simple change talk that I do at Total Wine. And then I wanted to showcase what Emily and Tony and Kirsten Silvoy did as a team. This was phenomenal. This was just what I think we should all be doing because it's so good. Look at all those people down in the bottom right, and look at, I think that's Emily, no, that might be Tony's daughter. Can you guys unmute and tell us a little bit about this? And then Kirsten on the left zoomed in and did, I guess, a presentation or her story. I'm not sure. Tell us about that.
Emily, do you want to say? Can you hear me? I can hear you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you can.
I don't know.
You can share. Go ahead.
I don't know why. I think because when I downloaded the Zoom again, I didn't sign in, so that's why I don't have a face. But that's okay. Yeah, this was like the coolest. So it's so crazy too because I just started working my business again as of December 20th because I had another baby.
Wow.
And yeah, so I like literally stopped doing juice. I mean, like I was on it, but because obviously I have a Juice Plus baby, woo woo. But like I just could not mentally. And then I moved to another state, and there was just all this craziness going on, and I was like, I'm gonna leave this where it's at, and I'm gonna pick it up when I'm ready. And I just started my business back up on the 20th. I had 13 people at that event, which was just crazy. And it was even more funnier because I woke up that morning congested, and I told Tony, I said, "Oh my gosh, I woke up congested, and I'm having a healthy living, event today." And I think it was so good, Sharon, what you were just saying about our story being transparent, because Tony said such an awesome thing to me. She was like, well, just remember that we don't promise people that they're not going to get sick. We just know that if we take extra, that it'll, lessen the time that you are sick. And I thought, wow, you're so right. And I was panicking. And then as soon as I got in front of everybody, that's the first thing I said. And everyone started laughing. And I was able to just be really transparent. And you know what? Today is day 3. And I really feel a lot better. And it's really true because my sinus infections would last for like 2 weeks. And this is day 3. And I feel great because I've been like just, taking handfuls of Juice Plus the last couple of days. But I got 4 Trio sales, 2 shakes, and I have like 4 potential distributors. I also have people of influence that were there, and we spoke about that, Tony and I, like my pastor's wife. I thought it was something really interesting, and I've just been praying for my business. My pastor stood on the pulpit last weekend and told everyone to go out and buy vitamin D and vitamin C. And I thought, and guess what? Everybody went to CVS and bought vitamin D and vitamin C. And I thought to myself, if I could get this man on this, he would tell the world. And everyone would listen. And they're ordering Friday, and they're ordering the whole entire system, both him and his wife. And she's thinking about, being a distributor. And I just think it was a lot of us just believing in what we were doing. Kirsten couldn't come. Okay, that's not the end of the world. Let's make this work. She was, large and in charge on that screen. It was so cool. Yeah. I mean, they really felt like they came to something, and we made it look good. That's what we did. We just, joined together and made it look good for what we had,
Well, it looks phenomenal. Congratulations to you guys. I mean, the table set up. I love that the kids are there. I mean, you can do your business how you want to, Right. That's what it shows also. So congratulations. Very good. Awesome. And then I want to make sure I mention before I get off here, we have 2 conferences coming up, April and October, and I'm super pumped. And I think we really need to realize that it's coming to Tampa, especially those people that love Florida and might want to go to Disney and bring their families and things like that. We need to not just look at Phoenix. We need to realize we need to pump it up for Tampa. That's not necessarily in our backyard. That's 5 hours away, but it's in Florida. So it's within driving distance. And so we've got some plans. And this is Juice Plus's 25th silver anniversary. They're going to, roll out the red carpet for everything, I'm sure, whether it's the conference or the summits that are going to be happening. All right. So I am going to unshare. And I think next is, oh goodness, Jules. How do I unshare that?
Hello. Oh. I didn't realize Tampa was 5 hours away. I was like, what? I thought it was in the backyard. Okay. Well, so I am really excited about the new year, and I have like so many things going on inside of my head. I'm trying to like compartmentalize them, which I'm not very good at. So if I go down a rabbit hole, you can stop me, Sharon. But there's like one theme that's it always kind of keeps coming back. And when that happens, I feel like God is like directing my path. And so I have to be obedient. And so I just want to share with you guys a little bit about what I'm excited about. And I realized that with this new year, there's two types of people. And there's one type who they love New Year's resolutions and they get all jacked up. Is that anybody on this call? Do you get jacked up for New Year's resolutions? And then there's another and then there's another type, and they kind of like poo-poo on resolutions, and they're like resolution haters. And I kind of think I might be off, but I'm feeling this strongly, that a lot of resolutions are made and most of them are broken by February 1st. And so what happens is over time, people get discouraged. And so defense mechanisms go up, and instead of being excited about resolutions or the new year, they decide not to make them because they don't want to let themselves down or they don't want to fail. And our pastor this weekend was really good too. And one thing that he said that really spoke to me is that be careful about the labels that other people speak over you and the labels that you tell yourself. And so already I'm watching myself because I have some big plans and big goals, and already I've failed or had setbacks, and I've said this is what happens, this is what I do, or this is how I am. And I'm realizing that this is not who I am. And it's so funny because our pastor talked about I am, the Pajama Regional talked about I am. And I think that we all really need to come together and start speaking life-giving labels over ourselves. And I really think we all should be making those I am labels and posting them around our house, because what I have found is the most successful people in this business are the ones that believe they're successful, and they're the ones that believe they can be successful. And so my theme this year is confidence. And if I can just impart anything on you guys, if you're confident in who you are, and if you believe in God, or if you believe in a higher power, that there's something good for you out there, and that there's a promise for you, and we heard this weekend too, elevate our promise, not our problems, then I think you're going to see not only your business move forward, but you're going to see your family life improve, your relationship with your kids improve. And that's what happens in this business. It doesn't just affect one area. It's not just about Juice Plus, but it's about affecting other areas. And so what I want to do for myself and my team is, I don't want you to have too many goals or too many things that you're going to change. But I think if you can just start changing the way you think about yourself and the way you see yourself, then that is in turn going to change your actions and going to change how you do things and what you do. Because if you're speaking those labels over yourself, then good things are going to follow. So I'm just excited about that and about who I am, and doing the DMO and just seeing my business grow from keeping it simple and being confident in those simple, small things. So one simple thing for yourself, one simple thing for our health, one simple thing for our business. Just keep it simple and strong. So
thanks, Jules. That was great advice. Awesome advice. Wonderful. Okay, Mallory, you're up next.
Okay, hey everybody. So I am super jazzed about this year, and I have really big goals too. So I'm just like plugging and messing up and going forward and taking the next step and dusting off my knees and feeling humiliated, but laughing at myself and all that kind of stuff as I go through it. But I think what really, well, on one end, I've been doing a lot of personal growth stuff the last couple of years now, and I think that's really made a big difference for me as far as my belief in myself. And I did not have that belief in myself before, so I'm with Jules as far as, let me just see, my phone is like doing something weird here, but I am with Jules as far as really working on that belief structure. However you do it, I go through one I'm doing one format. Y'all can, if you read, you listen to Audible, you do whatever. I do my affirmations every day, and I follow a system, and that is just like positive, 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 positive. And so I'm not listening, like I can really deflect all the other stuff off. So that's been kind of that, like they were talking about in the Pajama Regional, the plant, what is it called? Hang on. The one that grows an inch a year. What is that plant?
The bamboo tree.
Bamboo. Okay. But it's truly felt that way for me. Like the bamboo. Come on, y'all. What the heck is going on? And then the other thing I realized is I've spent 3 years, I'm just going to be real honest. I've spent 3 years focusing on customers and not even realizing that I wasn't really focusing on business building. And this 90-day challenge thing has really been integral in me finally getting aware of what my business story is, and also like coming into it. And I think that I have had, there's one, I mean, the 90-day game plan is so cool because I got a call from, or a box from a friend of mine that's in a group that I partner with. And she's like, I want to do the 90-day challenge with you. She's not even in our team. And I was like, awesome. What is it? And she said, well, get online. And so I looked at it. And so I printed off the 90-day game plan PDF. So you go into the Facebook group, and if anybody's interested, and I'll send you the information. And I just started reading through it. And at first I was just like, it scared the heck out of me. I thought, how am I going to do this? And then as I slept on it, and then I reread it the next day. And it's really focused on you getting your business story down. And I had the great fortune of being able to work with Wendy Campbell on my product story. But when it came to my business story, I always had a little hiccup because I didn't feel like I was earning at this level. I was here, and I felt ashamed about it. And so I think that showed up in how I presented to other people. I don't know, maybe it did or did not. So they have this thing on the 90-day game plan where you have like a circle, and it's divided into 9 grids. And I think I'm going to do that too, where I don't know if y'all can see that, but it shows where your belief is in everything. And I think my belief in the network marketing business needs to be made better because I kind of come from a history of, another network marketing company. And I just really want to like was said tonight on the call with Catherine Lee, is like that I'm leaving behind in 2017. I'm not going to bring that on the table now. I'm going to be proud and loud about what I'm doing. And the other thing I did too was, just backing up to the story thing. So you tell your story, you're supposed to do a video of you telling your business story on day 1. Well, I still need to do that. And then you're supposed to do it on day 90. And so, and what I've been doing is just voxing my partner, my buddy. And it's so funny. It's like it was just a kind of a vomit out thing in the beginning, but now I'm really honing it in. And I wrote it down. I even put it on my computer and read it to my friend. And then I put it to action because I had a friend that recommended what she did is she reaches out to people that the chicken list people. And she says like, hey, I would really, it's the whole Eric Worre thing. I'd really love your opinion on something I'm doing. Would you have time, to have a chat? And so I got to start mine yesterday. And I was talking to my friend who I hadn't talked to since high school. And I was like, just this whole idea of, she's like, well, what are you doing? And I'm like, but I just wrote, I kind of read through my story. And then I said, I know this isn't for you, but I do know that people, and I really want to make impact on so many more people. And you live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I don't. So, and that led on to now we're going to have a conversation with Sharon, and so it's just, and that's the idea is you bring it to a third conversation with your NMD, or you bring it into conversation, or you show a video or whatever, just to take it off of me. And so anyways, I feel so like, and so I did that. And then I did another one today over coffee. because I set these intentions last week, and now I'm having all this ripple effect of coffees and conversations. And then I had another one this afternoon at 1 with somebody over the phone, just a phone deal. So it's like, that's the thing. It's last month, although that month wasn't a big month for me, all I was focusing on was this month. And so that's been huge. And so the other thing that the 90-day game plan asks you to do, and mine is extraordinarily huge, and it's more horizontal, is the 90-day grid. And they want you to draw out 100 boxes, if I can find it. And you're supposed to, so you make this grid, right? So I made it like on 3 pieces of 8.5 by 11 sheets. So it's like really wide. I'm going to have to scroll it up when I travel. But it's like, the idea is you have all these boxes to be filled, and you're going to open it up to the universe, that they're going to be filled with the people that need to hear the information that you're going to be sharing. And they want you to share, they want to write down the people that you talk to about the business. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm doing it. And I'm just like, today I was at the UPS store sending some samples to somebody, and I said, oh, I needed to get off. Oh, sorry. I thought Nalani was saying 5 minutes.
I think she was doing something on the phone.
So anyways, but I think I was like, but that, who is it that I was listening to? Somebody said that one of the Brits, or it was somebody on the Pajama Regional, I think, that said, you know, we would just walk up to people and say, hey, do you know what Juice Plus is? Have you heard of Juice Plus? I've been doing that. And people are like, I don't know what you're talking. Oh yeah, I took that. And I now like I'm finding, like, I'm getting more bold just in my by the by, you know, and not feeling like, oh, I'm embarrassed, because who the heck knows what it's going to do. It could help their families. We don't know. But I just need to open my mouth is the point. And if I fall, and like, I was in Starbucks the other day and I sat next to this lady, and I'm the biggest talker in places. And she was like looking at her computer like this. And I kept saying, so are you a student? No, I'm not a student. Like, leave me alone. And then I'm like, so like, where are you from? She's like, I'm from New York. What do you do? I work in retail, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And then I got up to go make a call, and I came back and sat down across this from her. And I said, I know you think I'm really weird that I'm talking to you so much, but I just really am curious. And she goes, are you with the government? And I'm like, no. And I ended up getting her number to share the business with her, you know, and it's just like, how embarrassing was that? But yet I don't care, because I'm going to move beyond that. And that's my word for this year, is to be brave, is brave. And I'm just going to fall flat on my face and move forward, or not, you know? So that's what I'm doing. And then the other thing is, you know, I use this we have Dr. Sears, and we have the summit coming up this weekend. Sharon and Stacy are coming in for it, which I'm really excited about. But I did the butts and seats thing, and I just pulled it off and I did this last month, so I could really get like butts and seats. And I'm excited about it, because I got a lot of yeses. And because I got ahead on the calendar, and now I'm sending out stuff. I'm still sending out late, but it's all right. It's like I made the intention, and I fall through the action, and we'll see who the heck signs up. Whoever comes will come. And then lastly, I was thinking, I'm so wanting my team to like ignite, because that's really been where my hiccup has been. I think is I have a lot of customer base and stuff like that. I've had that fortune that's worked that way for me, but that's not duplicatable. And so now what I think is that I really want to bring team. And luckily, like, I really have been just coming from a real excited place about having this summit this weekend. And I have a lot of team coming, and that's new for me. So it's all energy, I think. It's just, what energy are we putting out? And I think that's what I'm learning, is it's like, the more I pump myself with positive energy and positive mojo, the more that's going to ripple out to other people. So just, it's like flooding. It's almost like you sit there and you get amnesia with negative thoughts, get amnesia with good thoughts, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Mallory. Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for the affirmations, for having positive energy, not getting fearful, not letting fear drive you. And we are watching you Practice your boldness. That's awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Mallory. And if you want to be in that 90-day Facebook group, Doug's been adding people. So if you want to put that in the chat to be added, then you can. Okay, so next we're going to go to Michelle, then we're going to close with Doug. Sorry it's going so long, but I think it's really important for us to just kind of hit on these things so we can hit the ground running. So go ahead, Michelle.
Hey, everyone. So I don't know why, I just got a little nervous. I don't know why. I've been doing Toastmasters. There's so much I think I want to share, and I don't think I have so much going on in my head, and I haven't, like Jules said, compartmentalized everything properly, but I hope that whatever I share, touches you in whatever way. So what am I excited about for this year? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I just have like this deep level of excitement. And I had left a Facebook Live on Saturday during the PJ Regional, and I was just sharing with people, I don't know what it is, but I feel really good about 2018. And I said, I don't know if it's because I'm like someone who loves even numbers, if that's why mentally I feel like this is just going to be a great year. But there's just been so many things and wheels churning like towards the end of last year that have brought me to this place. So I felt like 2017 was a great year, but then like maybe the last 3 months, there was a lot of news of disease and death and illnesses that it was like every week I was hearing something about someone either passing away or someone having a serious disease. And it was just like, oh my goodness. And thank God I am the optimist that I am, because in my mind, I was thinking like those people that I knew that may be going through a health challenge, I was like, wow, at least they have the power of this nutrition that we have with Juice Plus. That was kind of like my mindset. They have that. That's like something that so many people don't have. And so it kind of brought me back to, why do I do this? And I do this because I know it changes people's lives, and it's changed for sure my life and my family's life. And then my customers, I see what's happening with them, and it just is huge. And then I even see sidelines, like all of you guys on here. I think I know most of your stories. Most of you, there's so many new faces now, but I know so many of your stories, and it's so encouraging to know that we're in such a good place. And there's so many people looking for something like this, and they just don't have a clue of how amazing what we have is. And so I'm excited about that. And then I'm excited because after the last conference, which was in, I won't even say where it was because I was just trying to go over this with Sharon. I was like, where was it? Was it in St. Louis? No, we were in Indy. And shortly after that, me and some other leaders formed an accountability group. And Nalani is one of those people. And oh my gosh, this I feel has changed how I wake up every day and do this business, because I am there checking in with these women who are pretty phenomenal. And I don't know, I feel like so many, like everyone I meet in this business, like all of you guys on here, whenever I meet you in person or whenever I get to know you more, I feel like you guys are so awesome. Like everyone I meet, I'm like, everyone brings something different to the plate. And so you just learn things from each other. So my thing has been, and I've been telling a lot of people this, get a buddy. And Mallory was just saying this, that she got a buddy, and look at what she's doing. Like she's being so bold. She's being so brave. And I feel like I've been even more brave and bold than I've ever been because of these women that are like cheering me on and like sharing what they're doing. And it's amazing when you start to like talk back and forth with more than just yourself, the amount of things that you can come up with on how to be better, how to communicate better, how to do things more efficiently. So that is another thing. I would encourage you guys to get a buddy. There's so many sidelines, and everyone in that group is a sideline buddy. No one is directly influencing anyone's paycheck, but we want to see each other rise to the top. And I think that's kind of the culture of Sharon's team, period. Like we just link arms with each other. We don't care if we benefit financially at all. We want to see each other grow and rise to the top. And so getting a buddy, I feel like, is going to be key to that, helping you. And even Jay Martin says that. You go to conference, he's always saying, get a buddy. And I used to think, whatever, Jay, but I've always had buddies, so I didn't realize what it's like not to really have a buddy, but it makes a huge difference. So that's another thing I want to share. I'm trying to talk fast because I know we're running a little late. Okay. And then I am part of the Brave Leaders this session. Okay, so I'm super excited about that. I just saw it on my notepad. I have all these notes of different things, but I'm excited to get this personal development. And I feel like these past, okay, this year is going to be 7 years since I've been doing the business, 7 years in May. And I am definitely not the person I was 7 years ago when I signed that paper, or I think I signed it electronically. But when I signed up as a rep, I am a totally different person. And not only from my experiences, but from the books I've been reading, from audios, from like even the things that we learn within this company. Self-development is huge. And I don't know who I would be if I was still working in corporate behind a desk where they don't really encourage self-development versus the person I am today. Like I go to Toastmasters and I'm running like a Toastmaster meeting. What? Are you kidding me? Like, it's crazy. And then for me to be in front and presenting and doing all these things and leading people and people following, like, you know, following me because of what I know and the influence that I have, it's just incredible. So continue that self-development because like Sharon mentioned, it's really important. It really is. And, you know, reading more can never hurt. It can never hurt. So I feel like I have a lot more to share, but I don't want to take up more time. So those are just a few of the things I'm excited about. If you want to ask me any questions, you know, guys, I'm always excited about something and I'm always excited to share. Thursday nights, I have this, I think this is what got me excited too. The end of last year, I started an Empowering Women Zoom call where it's really about how us women within this business have been empowered by not only this information, but also financially through the business and also mentally. Because you know what? I feel like mentally, I'm in a better mental place now in this business than I was prior to this business. The peace of mind, just knowing that my family's health, like we have a safety net, is the financial side where I'm actually able to make some additional income and help with the finances in my home. So there's just so many aspects, but that is something that I have been doing ongoing, Mallory, to build my business, because I realized I do talk a lot about the product, but there's so many people that are looking for an answer financially too. So anyway, that is all I have to share about 2018. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. We're in a great place and I just look forward to what's to come.
Awesome, Michelle. And I love your excitement. And I think that's really part of it. You know, just have that contagious excitement about the business and the product. And, you know, sometimes it takes a number of exposures, but you got to start now. You know, it's a numbers game, continuing those exposures. All right, Dougie.
Hey, guys. Well, we go to the same church, and we go to church with Jules and Cletus, and Michelle's there, and a bunch of the team goes out there. And so I was in the same sermon and as Jules, the whole I Am sermon, and it was also at the Pajama Regional, and it's amazing. So I'm Doug, and I am awesome. I'm a businessman. I'm passionate. People love me. I can do this. I can talk to anybody I want anytime. And, you know, you guys have so much of the same qualities. I look at you guys, like I remember hanging out with Gary at conference, and what an interesting, amazing guy he is. And Deborah is so knowledgeable and awesome. And I wish we could see Sony on here too. They're like the power team there. And Nalani, forget about it. We were on a call with her today, a new team member, and just an amazing leader. And Tony, what an awesome, godly woman, a mentor in a way to one of my precious students down here that I know. And just seeing all your faces, I could go through the whole list. You guys are amazing. You need to know that you are awesome. And, you know, in psychology, they call it an internal locus of control. And I think it's important that we have these positive thoughts and these positive words that we say about ourselves, and that we feel like we have control of our situation. You know, it's not too cold down here, but man, when it gets down in below 60 in Florida, we break out our parkas and we're like Michelle came over the other day. She's got like boots with fur coming off them and stuff and jackets on. But I'll tell you what, if we go outside and we don't have a jacket and we get cold, that's because of what we did, right? So like Jim Rohn says, the same wind blows on us all. It's how we set the sail that determines the outcome. So I think it's really important that we feel like we have control, and we do have control to a certain extent. And we've seen that in our business. It doesn't matter if you live in Los Angeles, New York City, or out in the woods somewhere, you can build this business. You just kind of do it a different way, and it works. It totally works. So I love hearing so many good ideas and hearing inspiration from Gene, hearing inspiration from you guys. And it's always exciting to hear other people that are fired up about what's going on. And we get fired up too sometimes too, right? And we go to conference or we hear these calls and we're like, yeah, man, this is great. This is great. But we face the same hurdles that everybody, Jules talks about her plan. And I know that Michelle, she is fired up. She's been hanging out at the house a little bit this week. And she knows that 2018 is a big year for her and she can feel it. But she faces the same hurdles that I got to face. And the biggest obstacle is ourselves, So we all kind of want it, like you guys are here, you're on the call. You want it to some extent, whether we do a little or a lot, like we always say, whether you do a little or a lot, you're still a blessing and we love you on the team. But even so, you never have to feel bad. If your goals are to make a couple $100 a month, and that's awesome, but we all are capable of making that goal. So the thing that I never am disappointed if somebody doesn't make thousands of dollars a month or whatever. The only thing I'm ever disappointed in is if you have a goal to say make $500 a month, and if you can't seem to get to that goal, that frustrates me. And I want to help you. We want to help you lead. We want to lead you to get there, to meet those goals that you have set for yourself. And that's a personal decision of what kind of vision you have or how far you want to take this thing. It certainly is limitless, and we do great, and you guys know our story and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, when we talk to people that have a bigger story than us, and it's like a buddy like Joel Herbst or somebody, he'll tell me some pretty harsh things about what I should be doing and where he thinks I should be able to take this. And he's right. And the limitation is me. So the thing is, there's this book I read, and I know some of you may have read it too, called Take the Stairs by Rory Vaden. And it's all about the fact that sometimes, if we want to get up to the top level, like we can't just always be riding on the escalator. Life's not like an escalator. If you want to really get to where you want to go, you got to take the stairs. And you know how it is, especially if you're like in one of those cities like DC where you got to go up those escalators all the way from the subway up, but there's stairs and you see these crazy people doing the stairs. That's how we got to do it sometimes. So we have to be willing to make that sacrifice, but we can't just look at a sacrifice because that's kind of depressing and there's no fun. Like we don't want just the pain, we want the gain when we go to the gym. So we have to focus on that reward and focus on what that's going to do for us. Or sometimes we have to focus even on the fear, the fear of like, what if I don't do it? Like I don't want that to be my story. Like I did this, but I couldn't kind of get it together just to meet this little goal that I had. So what are we going to do about it? What we have to do is to really think about how we use our time and what we're doing. The truth is, a lot of us, and if you look in the mirror, I'm not accusing anybody, I'll just accuse myself. So myself, Doug, your problem is that if I use a certain amount of time per week on my business, I find other things to do. Like I don't take the stairs, I take an escalator, and like I go on Facebook and I kind of post around, I shuffle some papers around and maybe do this or do that or do the easy stuff. But the truth is, those people that make it to the top of the list, like, Michelle Fletcher with her customers or Karen with her customers, they're out there doing trade show tables and things like that. And like, man, I'll tell you what, that's just brutal for me. I do a trade show table. I have to like lay in bed for a couple days afterward. And that doesn't even count the phone calls you got to do afterward. It's tough. So, but that's the stairs. You got to talk to people. So we got to look at the activities we're doing and make sure we're doing the things that really matter. Because whether we're doing a little or a lot, I think that we should be maximizing our time. Time's the most valuable thing. So time with your family, time with your kids, time for the things you're passionate about. Make sure when you're using your time that you're getting the most out of that time. And that's the cool thing about this 90-day game plan is that when you go into that group, It's insane. It tells you exactly what to do. It says like, okay, today, well, actually I'm reading from like today's, let me pop over to this thing. You don't have to see it. They'll just give you a thing like it says like, okay, today what you're going to do is post on social media. It's Monday. Most people are dreading their 9 to 5. We have a tool that allows us to dream. What are you excited about in your future? What about being in sunny Phoenix in April? Whether you're not committed to going, tell the world it's something you're working towards. Tag some friends to come with you. Comment below, and then do a post. And then it gives you like a challenging poster. And then people not only they just tell people to do that, but people are responding in the group with screenshots of the posts they actually did. That's accountability. So we need to have a buddy in the business. You need to have accountability. And I don't know about you, but I am super fired up about this. And I'm looking for other people that want to get fired up with me and Sharon, because we're in it. We're excited. And I love this group. I love you guys. And I'm really excited to make some great things happen in the new year. So that's all I got, hun.
All right. Super pumped. We're in it to win it. Okay, I want you guys doing your affirmations. Do your I am statements. Pump yourself up. You guys are awesome. We know you're awesome. I love the way Doug started that off. Yay. Go team, and we will see. Somebody, Nolani says, I'm fired up, Doug. Yes, you are awesome, honey. That's funny. Anyway, you guys are all awesome. We love you, and we really want to get out there and do it. Yes, pump up the jam, Michelle. Let's go, guys. All right, let's see if we can post about the business tonight in a very, what is it? Not thoughtful way, but a very, what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Thankful. Okay, thankful. That's a good word. That wasn't what I was going to say, but that's awesome. Okay, good job. All right, intentional, Mallory. Yes, let's be intentional. Okay, guys, have a good night. I'm going to sign off and
unmute.
Get us out of here. Oh, unmute. Okay, hold on one second.
Good seeing everybody.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Good night.
Hey, love you guys.
Night.
You'll be hearing more from us about the 90-day plan in the group and Team Transformers. So we'll see you in there. Good night. Stacy's in here.
Good night, guys.
Tell us to get in there.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.